Good morning. So we are starting the third chapter, verse 6 of the Uddhava Gita. This is called the last message of Sri Krishna. We had completed till verse 5 last time, so we are doing verse 6. This is Uddhava Gita, chapter 3, verse 6. Whether he has an abundance of enjoyable things or he has none, the sage who has set his heart upon the Lord neither overflows nor shrinks like the ocean on account of the waters of the rivers. You will have to shut down your audio, whoever has joined. Can you mute your audio, please? Thank you. So I'll do the verse again. Whether he has an abundance or enjoyable things or he has none, the sage who has set his heart upon the Lord neither overflows nor shrinks like the ocean on account of the waters of the river. The characteristics of a sage are very unique. Human beings have a very different tendency. They are either hot or cold. What it means is, sometimes they feel they are in love, sometimes they feel they are not in love. Sometimes they feel that they have to get certain answers, sometimes they feel they don't have to get any answers. Sometimes people feel that yes, I want to feel very nice about certain things. That means, let us say, take an example of an object. Now you will find that let us say a hero in a movie. Sometimes you feel the hero is one of the best heroes in the world, and sometimes you feel he's the worst character on earth. Now why does that happen? This happens because human beings have the tendency of a yo-yo. They swing left, right, left, right, left, right. They think that that the person is defined by what he is doing and what he is not doing. So the hero has done some great films in which he has acted very nicely, so he is to be admired. But the moment the hero does something wrong, maybe he gives a political statement or he tweets something, and then the entire idea about the hero collapses. This is the yo-yo a person goes through in life. Spiritual people, those who are spiritually perfect people, which are called the sages, the saints, the realized beings, and so on and so forth, they don't have a yo-yo in their life. They are fixated. They know the truth. And the truth is so very important that there is God, and God is everything, and I love God. I have nobody else in this world except God to look up to. And they see God in everything. Right? So, how do they see God in everything? Let us look at the verses which are there in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself says that God is in everything, isn't it? When Krishna says God is in everything, as a normal human being or as a sadhaka or as a disciple or a devotee, do you really believe that you can see God in everything? No. You think you can have love for your guru or God fixed absolutely at zero levels, at or maybe 100% levels? No. You feel sometimes my guru does something for me, I feel very nice about it. At other times he doesn't even give a damn to me. He doesn't even look at me. He doesn't even care for me. So what happens to this love that is there for God or Guru, it goes out of the window. Everything in this life is in this, movement, like here a moment and the next moment not there. But to be steadfast in love and devotion is the only thing. That is why Krishna says, see God in everything. So can you see God in the bad things that are happening around you? Nobody can see them. There are people who will come to me when somebody is dying, something is going wrong, some problems are there in their life, but at other times they will not come. At other times they have other important things to do. And some people are such that they will keep on saying, Guruji, Guruji, Guruji. And somebody falls ill, somebody falls sick, some problem, big problem comes in their life, like money problem or some fights are happening. Guruji goes out of the window. Can you see this yo-yo happening? There is no steadiness in it. So the love seems to come and then it seems to go out. And then it seems to come and then it seems to go out. So this is one thing which you need to understand. Can you be rock steady? So I'll tell you a story. This is a story of Eknath Maharaj. How many people have heard of Eknath Maharaj? Eknath Maharaj was a great saint of Maharashtra. He was there. And one day he decided that he has to go to North India, where river Ganga flows. And he went all the way walking. Haridwar, Rishikesh, all those places which are there. And during those old times, there was no way of transporting water except through carrying them on a shoulder into pots. So he carried the Ganga water from there, walked down all the way from the Himalayas up to Benares, Triveni Sangam, Allahabad, Prayag as we call it today. So he walked all the way down and he did the oblations over there. Now why would a person want to do oblations where the Ganga is flowing? See, the purity of water is different in every place. If you go to West Bengal and if you dip your hand in the water, will you drink it thinking that it is Ganga? No. If it is coming from Gomukh, you will want to put your mouth right up to it. If it's coming up to, say, Banaras, you want to purify the water. You want to see that all the sediments settle down and then you want to... Yeah, you may take a bath. But you will go to the hotel room once again and take another bath. And if you go further down, it becomes more and more contaminated. I'm not saying Ganga is bad. I'm saying there are people in this world who want to contaminate Ganga. So let us come back to the story. So Eknath, when he did this offering at Prayag, then he said, I will now go down south to Rameshwaram. Do you know how many days journey would be by foot? It takes a long time to walk. Thousands of kilometers it is. Imagine this person carrying those pots of Ganga water to wash whom? Rameshwar. Okay. So he was walking down and just he was about to enter Rameshwar, something very strange happened. There was a donkey lying on the floor, on the ground, and he was dying. He was very sick and dying. Eknath Maharaj thought for a moment and said, "What can I do?" Then he remembered the words from the Bhagavad Gita. You have to find God even in the ass, a donkey. So he takes out that water which he has kept for the divine and gives it to the ass, puts it in his mouth. The moment he does that, he gets the darshan of the Lord. And this is how Eknath Maharaj sees God in everything. You cannot have this yo-yo attitude. You cannot have this attitude where when I get into trouble, I have to connect. Don't. Or when you are not in trouble, my Guruji is useless. Forget about Guruji. We don't even think of God. No. He's not a human being. It's not some average person that we are talking about. We are talking about someone whom we have to use. And Guruji is a person whom you have to use so that you can go towards your enlightenment or whatever that you have to get in your life. That is the truth. So it is not a yo-yo. It is very important that you stay connected. Alright? Staying connected also doesn't mean that you have to impose or you have to literally sit on top of the head. No. It means spiritual connection has to be established on a continuous basis. So coming back to this verse where he says, for a normal human being, there are too many do's and don'ts and wants and desires and this and that. For a sage, there are none. There are absolutely none. Why would the sage have any requirements? It is like telling the river, telling the ocean, see, I am going to pour a river of water into you, so you will become great. You see, the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Saraswati, the Kaveri, the Krishna, all the great rivers are pouring into the ocean only, isn't it? Are they not pouring into that great ocean? So what does the ocean say? Oh, I am so thankful. No, he is already full. The ocean is filled. When the ocean is filled, where is the question of trying to fill it more? This feeling is literally like being in love. When the person is 100% in love, can you give one more % to that? You see, when I tell my devotees, the disciples, I tell them, you need to clean your hearts of all the contamination that is there. If there is already some contamination, can you fill the heart with the love of God or love of the Guru? No, you can't. Think about it, what I am saying. Let us say you are in love with X, a person, You are a woman who is in love with a man. Now the heart is filled with that man's love. Can you have another Y in it? Think about it. You are in love with a man, I'm not saying, oh, just like that. No. You are truly in love with a man. Can you have another man in that? No. When you have already boiled milk in one vessel, or you have already made some curry in one vessel, and the vessel is not cleaned, can you put milk in it and heat it? No, you can't, isn't it? In the same way, Suppose now, we have all these ginger garlic pastes at home. Everybody has ginger garlic paste at home or garlic paste at home. We buy from outside. We have filled it in one bottle. Now, after the garlic paste is over, we wash the bottle and we keep it. And suddenly you buy some honey or something like that. Now, this honey is in a pack which has to be, emptied in another bottle. And you find this empty bottle over there. Can you pour the honey in that bottle which was having, garlic in it earlier? Remember, it was a washed bottle. But what is going to happen? Your honey is going to start smelling of garlic. And you will not like it. So your heart has to be like this pure bottle, not that garlic stained bottle. See, when you have too many things in your heart, you cannot have the love for God. No. So what is the way out? The way out is to see God in everything. But can you? People feel that when they have the time, they will go to temple. When they have the time, they will attend Satsangs. When they have the time, What do you mean when they have the time? This is not the right way of doing things. You have to have the steadiness. Okay? So, this steadiness is there with the sages. And we are doing this chapter because you want to become somebody like that. Don't you want the love and devotion for God? So you cannot have a yo-yo mind. You need to see God in everything and you need to have that equanimity and that steadfastness. And you should become like an ocean, not like a river. Just now I gave an example of Ganga river. From the beginning to the end, it starts getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, and by the time it reaches the Bay of Bengal, it's already very dirty. Nobody will want to take water and drink it over there. This is what you got to think. If you become the ocean, then there is no question of contamination at all because you are already filled. And the sage is exactly like this ocean. He is filled with love for the divine and for seeing God in everything. So his mind doesn't do yo-yo. Got it? We'll move to the next verse. This is Uddhava Gita chapter 3 verse 7. The man of uncontrolled senses, seeing women, the enchantment created by the Lord, and being tempted by their blandishment, falls into abysmal darkness like the moth into the fire. The next guru of my guru is the moth. Those who have seen the moth, you know what it does? It goes around the fire. And finally it jumps into it, dying. So this verse sounds very weird too. Now there are lots of women over here. They will think that what kind of a verse is this? Why is my Gurudev saying something wrong about a woman? See the verse once again. The man of uncontrolled senses, seeing women, the enchantment created by the Lord, and being tempted by their blandishment, falls into abysmal darkness like the moth into fire. Simply translated, when a man looks at a woman, he falls for her. And once he falls for her, he goes towards his doom. So it is literally like a man is compared to a moth and woman is compared to a fire. The verse states very clearly what is a woman considered here as? the enchantment created by Lord. Let us go back to all the holy books that we can think of. One of the holy books that we can think of is called the Bible. Everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve, isn't it? Adam was sleeping. Eve saw that apple, ate it, and gave it to Adam and said, "You also eat this." And Adam ate it. After that, what happened? They were out of Garden of Eden. Great sages like Vishwamitra also fall for it. Gods like Indradev falls for it. Everybody falls for a woman. Human beings, men. Why? Why is it so? God has made different kinds of things in this world, right? Some are sweet, some are sour, some are salty, some are hot. Depends, isn't it? All different kinds. There are different kinds of flowers in this world also. Some are very attractive flowers. And some flowers you don't even want to see. Some flowers can be used to put on top of God. Some flowers can be presented to people. And some flowers can be put on the grave. Or maybe they can be put on the dead body. So why are there different kinds of flowers? Why are there different kinds of fruits? There are different kinds of fruits. There are some fruits which are edible, some are non-edible, some are poisonous. There are different kinds of plants. Plants, I'm sure you know, palak, spinach, you can eat. Poison ivy, you can't eat. You can't go near it also. You'll get poisoned, isn't it? So God has made different kinds of things in this world for different purposes. And we need to understand the purpose of everything. A man has been created so that he can work. And he can make this world a better place and go ahead in this life. A woman has been created for a different purpose. The body parts of a man are not the same as the body parts of a woman, correct? A man can lift hundreds of kilos of weight, maybe a woman may not be able to lift. A man can, go and stay in the desert for a very long time. Maybe a woman can't. A woman can bear children. A man can't. You understand? A woman can become emotional. She can cry. Maybe a man can't. A woman can feed a child. A milk. A man can't. So there are different things. There are different functionalities, especially for a man and for a woman. I hope you have understood what I am saying. There are interesting things in this world. A woman's body is very interesting. It's very enticing. A man falls for a woman's body. He looks at her and falls for that body. But ask a woman, can she fall the same way as a man falls for a man's body? Can a woman fall like that? What is there in a man's body? There is nothing. Maybe today's men may be very metrosexual, they will shave and they will have those nice like George Clooney type of people. Of course they are there, but look at all the men in this world. You see, I'm sure, ask a woman when she goes for the marriage of one of her friends. Okay? And the first thing that she'll say, my friend looks so beautiful. Why has she married this donkey? They look at that man and they say, oh, he looks so ugly, He's so black. He's so dark. My friend is so beautiful. She's so fair. She's so gorgeous. Why she couldn't find anybody? So they are thinking, maybe my friend should find a Brad Pitt or somebody like that, some handsome hunk, This is the truth. There is nothing attractive in a man. But a woman is a very attractive creature. And the man keeps on falling for this attractive creature. I'm sure you have seen that there was one picture of Barack Obama, the previous president of America. And that picture became so famous that he was looking like this at an ass of a woman. And it became very famous. That picture became very famous. Why? I mean, a president is doing like this. The president, the prime ministers, everybody in this world falls for it. And there are no exceptions to this rule. No exceptions. So, it is written in the verse that man of uncontrolled senses, when his senses are not under control, he gets attracted to a woman. In the similar cases, a woman, now today's day, this is a Kali Yuga, so I am going to change the verse slightly. Okay? Let us think about a man instead of a woman. What happens to a woman when she looks at a man? How many women who are in the age group of 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, that age group, I want to get married, I want to settle down, I want to do this, I want to do that. He's such a nice guy, he's that. What are they talking about? They are talking about getting married, settling down, having babies. That is all that they can think of. See, in their world, a young woman's world, she wants to settle down. Man, on the contrary, is only interested in sex. You should know these two differences. A woman wants to settle down. She wants to find the right man and settle down. And a man is interested in having sex. He is like that moth which we call about. He goes from place to place to place also. That is all that he is interested in. He may get married to one, but he may find another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And it goes on forever. It doesn't stop anywhere. If a man doesn't find another woman, at least he finds a bottle. Or he finds a drug. Something or the other is there in his life. Today there are men who find work. They stay at their workplace more than they want to go home if they are married. Please understand this also. So here the verse says that a man falls for a woman. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, a woman falls for a man. And then what happens? They go towards their doom. Because they lose their focus in life. The immediate focus, the immediate and the intermediate focus is what? The immediate focus for a woman is to get married. The intermediate focus is to have a family of my own. And the distant focus is Career, job, I don't care. My husband may be working and he may be earning quite a lot. Why do I need to work? No. This attitude a woman should never carry in her life. Don't. You can be independent. You can work for yourself. You can be a really interesting individual in life. You don't have to depend on some man. Please remember this. You should be independent and you should never think with another person in mind, by the way. Okay? Then there is no growth. Do you know if there are theaters around you and if there are two people and one person says to another, let's go for a movie. The other person says, oh, we'll go and see this one. And this one says, no, we'll go for that one. And then that thing goes on, constant. Can we see the other one? No, I don't like that hero. Oh, can we see that one? And finally what happens when there are 2 or 3 people, there is no consensus anywhere. Let's drop the subject. I don't want to go for any movie. Okay, what we'll do? We'll sit at home, eat popcorn and watch TV. Wow. No consensus, this is what. But if there is a single person, then what happens? You want to go and watch a movie, you can go and watch any movie that you want. You don't have to take anybody's permission. If you want to go and watch a movie, go watch a movie. But if there are 2 people, you require consensus, and consensus never happens. Likewise, growth never happens. So imagine this, if a man falls for a woman, he's never going to go anywhere in life. And if a woman falls for a man, remember, she's going to go nowhere in life. She's going to be exactly like the moth who goes around the fire and falls in it and dies. Okay? So end of story. So no growth anywhere, nothing happens, all gone to doubts. The foolish man, the next verse says, verse number 8 says, the foolish man who with his vision blinded is tempted by such elusive creatures as women, gold, ornaments, apparel and the like, considering them as objects of enjoyment, is destroyed like the moth. You see, this is an extension to the previous verse. In the previous verse, there was a thing called woman was involved in this. Now, my Gurudev involves many other things. So what is he talking about? Greed and lust only. See the verse once again. This is chapter 3 verse 8 Uddhava Gita. The foolish man who with his vision blinded is tempted by such elusive creations as women, gold, ornaments, apparel and the like, considering them as objects of enjoyment, is destroyed like the moth. So just the way the moth falls into the fire, a man gets enchanted by these different things. When the question of gold comes into the picture, it's not that the man is interested in gold. Yes, there are some idiots who want to wear 20 gold chains. They want to wear so many kadas and rings in all their fingers. Have you not seen some idiots in life who wear gold, this finger, this finger, this finger, this finger, all the fingers they have, coin, the rings, and they have so many chains. I'm not talking about that kind of a person. I'm talking about a person who gets enchanted, who falls for these things. Anything that is enticing. What is enticing? You know what is enticing? Lust and greed. Lust, a woman or a man. Greed, I want to build a house, I want to buy this thing, I want to buy a yacht. What do you want to buy a yacht for? So that it gets parked somewhere? See, think about it. I have seen in America, in India we don't have place to park also, by the way. In America, people buy some movie that is there that I'm watching you. What's that? Yeah, Meet the Fockers. I have seen in some movies. I actually have not experienced it personally, but I have seen they have these big vehicles where they go on a holiday for some few days, or they have yachts and they have boats and stuff like that. In some of the big places, they have big boats, 120 feet, 130 feet, this tall, that tall. And they buy this and they park it somewhere. Or some people have aeroplanes and they will park it somewhere. For how many days do they use it in their life? I want you to think about it. 3 days, 5 days, people buy islands, They buy big islands and they build a house over there. They build a nice place over there and they use it just for 3 to 5 days in a year. I still remember there was a person called Vijay Mallya. He had an island near Alibag near Mumbai. He had a fancy house in Ooty. He had a fancy house in Goa. He had fancy houses across the world. Now this is one man. How many places can he go and stay? How many days in a year do you think he'll go to Goa? For 3 days stay or for a 5 days stay, he owns a massive property which has an upkeep. Understand what an upkeep means? You have to tend to it. You need to have people over there taking care of it. People have, houses somewhere in the villages and stuff like that. Farmhouses they call it. Think about it. People have these RVs. I don't know what an RV stands for, but RVs, the big vehicles. People have boats. People have houses somewhere. This is greed. For using it for 3 days, you want to keep that stupid thing in your garage or in that sea somewhere or the ocean somewhere or that island is lying over there. What is the point in having these kind of things when you are not even going to use them? Similarly, a woman loves to, gather saris after saris after saris. This is this sari which I got from here, that sari I got from there, that sari I got from there, this dress I brought from here. By the way, your wedding sari, how many times in your life have you used it? 5 days? 6 days? And you might have spent 50,000 on the sari. It is just lying folded in the cupboard. Think about it. What is the use? There are people who have shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes, racks full of shoes. If you ask someone who has an entire wardrobe of shoes and clothes, when was the last time you used this one? Oh, in 2013 when I had gone to this place. Okay, what happened in the last 5 years then, 6 years? It's just lying over there. It's called greed. Why does a person want to gather so many things when they don't even want to use it? Think. Why does a person want to do that? It's worthless. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of energy, waste of everything. Likewise, my Gurudev is saying, person gets attracted towards woman, gold. Another very important thing in life is called gold, ornaments. Person buys, there's a company called Tiffany's which is opening up in India also. I bought a diamond ring over there for 10 crores or maybe I don't know how many lakhs of rupees or crores of rupees. How many times in a year do you use it? Only in occasions. Occasions? For that occasion you have bought 1 crore rupees ring or some jewelry. An average human being buys say 3 lakhs, 5 lakh rupees worth of chains and this and that and all that. How many times in a year have you used it? Never. Most of the time. I have to find an occasion to wear the sari. I have heard people say this. I have not stitched a blouse for it. Oh, you have not stitched a blouse. I have not given it for picot. Oh, I have not given it for picot. And that is the reason why you can't use it. So why have you bought? I spent 10,000 bucks on that sari. Useless sari which is lying in the cupboard. There is no point. Recently somebody was buying a jewelry. That jewelry was expensive. I looked at that and I said, you can buy 10 of these at the same price. And this 10 can be used regularly. But if you buy one expensive, you won't use it at all. You understand what I'm saying? This is what human beings never understand. Some people buy the Maybach, that big fancy car. Okay, they buy a Rolls Royce. Just recently I saw some person buying a Rolls Royce car, and the cost of it was 6 crores. 6 crore rupees. And to do what? To keep it in my garage. Because you see, I can't take the car out on the roads of Mumbai. Then why are you buying it? So don't buy. So this is called greed. And lust is another thing. So ornaments, apparels, I have explained this entire thing to you. A person gets enticed by this nonsensical stuff in this world and loses focus in life. The true focus is to find God, isn't it? For every person in this world, the true focus is to see God. Find God. See God in everything. A person says, I can't see God. I can't see anything. Oh, is it? You think God is some creature, He's going to stand in front of you and say, oh yeah, look at me, I am God. See, can you see my, tag over here? I am God written over there. There's nothing like that. Nobody is going to tell you that there is God over there. You have to see God in everything. God is called consciousness. You can't see consciousness only in gold, jewelry, money, power, fame. Don't see only in that. Can you see God in poverty? An average human being who is a poor man, most of the poor people, they don't require big houses to stay. They don't have fancy jewelry. They don't have fancy cars. They don't have anything in the world which they have to lock and keep somewhere. Right? Are they not free? They are free. There are lots of people in my world who are married. Some of them are unmarried. And those who are unmarried, I tell them, you people are very lucky. Ask the people who are married. And the person who is married will say, oh my God, I got into such big trouble. Why did I get married? I don't know. You must be very lucky not to get married. And when the person gets married, they want to get out of it. And they look at a person who has divorced or something like that and say, you are very lucky. You got out of it. Then there are people who have children and they have to look after their children. Now they may be a single mother, single father, and they have a child. I have to take care of my son. I have to take care of my daughter. They cannot get out of this life. Those who get married have children, and those who get children are locked in that jail forever. They can never be free. Remember, I told you about consensus. When there are 2 people, there is no consensus. And now think there are 4 people. 2 children, husband and wife. Do you think there is going to be a consensus? Have you ever gone to a restaurant and asked every person, everybody is going to have idli here? The children will say, Dad, I don't want idli. Can we have a burger? And the daughter will say, I don't want to have burger. I hate your burgers. Okay? So what does she want? She wants to have something else. There is no consensus. So the more people that are there in life, the more disharmony there is. Those who are independent, today when they have no commitment in their life, they don't, either husband, wife, children, and all, they should be happy. Because they don't have anything which is tying them to the jail, in the jail, as if one chain is there and tying it to that person over there. There is no such tying. You can walk out of your life. Understand this. The importance of this is very, very important. And if you have a house, now let us say you own a house. Okay? Do you think you can get out of that? I want you to think very carefully. You may be a single woman or a single man, but you own a property. Can you get out of that property? Can you take a holiday for 1 whole year somewhere? Just run away, disappear? No, you can't. You have to pay for the maintenance, you have to take care of that property, you have to take care of everything. Just imagine you have a car. Can you go on a hiking holiday for say 12 months somewhere? No, your car is going to be lying somewhere. Some person will come and take away the tires also. That's what happens in India. You keep a car in one place for a few days and you see everything inside the car disappears. So did you get the point? Possession of properties or getting enticed by certain things can lead you towards your doom. It can put you in bondage and you can never get out of it. So my Guru says, I am an Avadhuta, I can roam free in this world because I don't have any bondage. I don't have any woman to look up to. I don't have any children. I don't have a house. I don't have any clothes, fancy clothes that I have to iron them. You got it? I don't have any possessions in my world. And you have to become something like that. I'm not saying that you have to become, a bhikari in life. No, what I mean is, can you be an Avadhuta? An Avadhuta is a person who can live free, like a bird. They don't bother about tomorrow's food. They don't bother what clothes they wear. Do you think a bird is bothered about, I have to wear this tomorrow? They're already wearing a nice clothes, isn't it? So that is how. Can you live a life like that and not fall into this enchantment of like this different kinds of enchantments in this world? And this is today's lesson. So I will stop over here. We have done till verse 8. Tomorrow we will do verse 9. Okay? So take care. You have a very good day. Bye.